Welcome to a brand new day, a brand new evening, brand new night, brand new time where you're watching the Rundown with Ramon, a freshly baked brand new episode of the Rundown with Ramon. We'll call this the tongue-tied episode. All we do is one thing and one thing alone. Help you live your best life or start to grow your business. And I'm so absolutely grateful that you're here today. My name is Ramon Ray, your host of the Rundown with Ramon. People call me the Celebrity CEO, and you can get to know me better at celebrityceo.com. Glad you're here today for a brand new episode. We're going to talk to you all about all the things. We're going to talk about 6 game-changing skills from leaders who underestimated them. 6 skills for leaders. We're going to talk about our flagship topic of the day. Should you always be open-minded and adaptable? Some people think maybe you should. We're going to touch on employees reveal how stress affects their jobs, and there's other things you may want to eat, and not just fruits and vegetables, but other things as well. This interesting article talking about how you can explore the 4 steps to becoming a luxury entrepreneur. We'll see what that means. And one of my favorite humans, Cody Sanchez, talks about don't quit your day job. Lessons from Cody Sanchez on building dreams the smart way. And Flow in Pomodoro, the super productivity stack from Darius Farrow. The Engagement Symphony, how to orchestrate workplaces where everyone shines, that Marie Genevieve Paulwalk talks about. And my favorite human of the world, Seth Godin, talks about sincerity is expected. He writes about this in his latest blog post. And we'll start off with how to turn your ideal customers' pain points into entry points. So good day to you. If you joined us on today's Rundown with Ramon, and you know what? You're not feeling so great today. Well, I'm glad you decided to join me, and you can join me in feeling just a little bit better today, just a little bit better. If you join me in the Rundown with Ramon and you're already feeling fantastically blessed and great, well, then that's good for you to join me on this great day today. Whatever day that may be for you, whatever time that may be for you in your time zone, where you can join me in the Rundown with Ramon as well, and I can join you in feeling great. It's a beautiful day, and I'm glad you're here today, and let's get the show on the road. We got a lot in store for you, and I don't want to take any more minutes of your time before we jump in to today's episode. So sit back, relax, buckle up, don't relax, and get ready to join me on today's show. See you in a minute. Before we dive into today's show, something I was thinking about is the aspect of habits. Habits are so important. Now, there are good habits that we have, and there can be bad habits, Alexandria Nicole. Good habits or bad habits, but one thing about habits, Alexandria, is that oftentimes people think, let me wholesale change what I'm doing. Let me do this thing brand new. But I just thought about it. I was sitting on the couch today having some devotions after reading my Bible and some prayer, and I said, you know what? Maybe people don't have to do a new resolution. People don't have to do a new thing. People don't have to do something totally brand new and different. They can just think of the few small things they're doing well, and then they can do that just a bit better. Hey, good day to you, Deborah. Glad you're here today. All the best to you as well. Happy day to you. And indeed, instead of changing everything and changing everything up totally different and new, maybe they can just think, what is the few things I'm doing well, and hone in on doing those just a bit better. When I think about my own challenges with financial management, money management, I can spend money so fast, so easily. But you know how much money I've wasted and time lost by spending money not so wisely? And I wish I could change it, and I am changing it. I'm trying to do better, a little more discipline, a little more thought before I click that Amazon buy button or that Walmart buy button, whatever that button is important to you. But you know what I'm doing more is honing in on what I do well. And what I do well is making an impact in people's lives, making people feel comfortable, reaching out to people, DMing people, texting people, saying, how are you? Saying, I want you to know I'm thinking about you. One of my young friends, she's in a hospital right now, and I DM'd her and said, I'm thinking about you. I know a new father. I DM'd him and said, I'm thinking about you. So my point today, instead of trying to change your whole life, maybe just take the 1 or 2 things you're doing pretty well and see how you can make an impact in that. Let's go on to the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Ideal customer pain points into entry points. How can you turn ideal customer pain points into endpoints or entry points? Our friends at martech.org talk about this. The ideal customer entry point occurs when your potential customer is experiencing a problem, not when engaging with your sales or marketing efforts. They have a problem. They're stuck somewhere. This is your ideal persona, your ideal person, not something you did wrong, but they're expressing a side issue. Can you think about maybe how you can solve their problem? Let's take a restaurant that doesn't serve drinks. That would never be the case, but a restaurant that doesn't serve drink and their customers always thinking, I got to go out and buy water. And the restaurant owner says, hey, let us bring in water and sell that to the customer. This is how you can leverage that. Part number 2 says, bring the whole group together and ask each individual to write down exactly 7 triggers and why these cause pain to the customer. And you're getting this from your team who is listening and trained to listen to customer pain points. Journey mapping, then, for the next 90 minutes, each group focuses on their assigned trigger and articulates the customer journey in great detail. Map the journey that the customer's on, how they got to that problem. What are some possible solutions you can provide? And then you get into where it's good entry point mapping. The journey mapping step begins with triggers. Along those triggers, each team likely introduced vulnerable moments when your prospective customer would have eagerly considered your solution. And then entry point strategy and messaging. Now that you have the entry point, what's the messaging to guide the customer and saying, hey, you have this problem, we can help you. And finally, are you testing it with customers? Your customers has expressed a issue. Ayanna, happy day to you. Your customers expressed an issue. Karen, happy day to you. Glad you're here today. And what can you do then to provide them a solution that they would normally go somewhere else? My coach, Lamar Tyler, says this all the time. He says, hey, if you don't provide a solution to your customer, I'm going to provide a solution to your customer. And so as you're working with your customers, Ayanna, the musical web, helping them learn piano, is there something else that you may be able to help them with? Karen, as you're helping your customers, Karen, with their looking their best and their tailoring solutions, Karen, is there something added that you can add? Alexandra Nicole, as you're helping business owners build their businesses, is there something else you can add? Not going too far out of what you do. However, an ancillary solution that you can provide. Again, if you just joined everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. All we do is one thing and one thing alone, help you live your best life or start or grow your business. And I'm glad you said yes and decided to join me today on the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, Seth Godin talks about this. His headline is, Sincerity is Expected. I'm going to read this from Seth Godin's latest blog. He says, well, not always. That's why it's so important. Sincerity. We don't expect an actor to tell the truth. That's their job. Musicians and other performers are playing a role. And social niceties encourage us to put on a smile and share appreciation, even in situations where it might not be fully honest. On the other hand, organizations like the SEC insist that a CEO actually say true things. Just kidding is hard to rely on when making investment decisions. And we expect that the medical and judicial systems we depend on are built on inspectable, consistent truth telling. Social media, says Seth Godin, as I read here, has rewarded people for bringing a post-reality mindset to places where sincerity is expected. In other words, it's profitable to lie. Inconsistently, often, and with brazen disregard for the consequences, and it feels wrong for important reasons. Altering the venues where it's expected that truth will be told is tempting to do and hard to live with. Chew on that a bit. The next time you're looking at some influencer, Snapchat, or TikTok, or whatever they're doing, is what they're saying true? Is the life they're living true? And you're going for something, you're vying for something, trying to be something that is really, it's smoke and mirrors, so it's never attainable. Seth Godin had a point there, and I want you to always remember that headline. Sincerity is expected. Yeah, we expect it, but oftentimes we don't get it. We at least can be the people that are sincere and truthful. By the way, my name is Ramon Ray. Hey, Dr. Jeannie Snyder. Happy day to you. Good to have you here, Dr. Jeannie Snyder. Happy Ray year. I love that. Happy day to you as well. Insight from Seth Godin there. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, number 3, talking about the engagement symphony, how to orchestrate workplace where everyone shines. If you're at a workplace, if you're working somewhere and people don't like coming to work, that's a problem. Even with my small little business, and I have a team of freelancers, My job is to make sure everyone feels valued. My job is to make sure everyone has a voice. Doesn't mean I will do what they say. And if they're not a right fit, I can easily exit them off the bus and terminate their contract, fire them, as it were. But it's the human experience. I want at least Alexandria to know I appreciate her. I want Dr. Jeannie Snyder to know I appreciate her. I want Karen to know I appreciate her. I want Ayanna, the musical web, to know I appreciate her. So as the workplaces we have, are we making them great? Alexandria Nicole, I love what you're saying here. Integrity and sincerity govern Alexandria's operations. It's such an important task, such an important character. Are you integral? Do you have integrity? Our core values of everything I do, Smart Hustle Inc., which houses the Celebrity CEO and Zone of Genius and other projects I have fun and do the right thing. That's it. Have fun and do the right thing. I tell my team. I like to have a lot of fun, a smile, a quick laugh. Yeah, that's me. And I also want to make sure we impeccably always do the right thing. Hey, Stephen Hart, glad you're here. Good day to you, Stephen Hart. Glad you're here. Have fun and do the right thing is so essentially important. It's essential. Alexandria Nicole jumping in again, saying here, we appreciate you and indeed feel appreciated by you as well. Thank you so much for that, Alexandria. I didn't read the full comment before I put it on the screen. Appreciate you. Thank you. But what are you doing with your team? Are you building a culture where people feel that you care? Even if you disagree, even if maybe things don't work out, even if they're the wrong person on the right bus, or the wrong person on the wrong bus, the wrong seat, making your team feel appreciated and seen. That's how you build a workplace that's built to last. Ding, 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 ding. Love this one here from Darius Farrow, talking about flow plus Pomodoro, the super productivity stack. He says your best work is when you're in a good mood and you're focused. You can also look at it being in a state of flow, which is a term the psychologist Michael Csikszentmihalyi coined in a book with the same title. It's one of the best tools for productivity. He says 6 key things here. The hardest thing about flow is getting in the mind state. So here are a few tips to get in the mind state. Check this out. 1, start your day with purpose. 2, simplify your workspace. 3, focus on one thing at a time. 4, find your challenge, skill balance. 5, practice mindfulness. And 6, reflect on what you've accomplished. How do you stay in the mindset? I love this. I'm going to say it again. Start your day with purpose. I started my day today with a stretch with push-ups. I'm going to go to a workout soon. Bible reading and prayer. Had a cup of Cafe Bustelo coffee, a toast, and some eggs and chorizo. That's what I had. That's my day of purpose. Simplify your workspace. Your workspace shouldn't be so crowded and cluttered, unless you're a hobbyist like my wife is. Her workspace has all kind of hobby stuff on it. Focus on one thing at a time. Concentrate on one task. Find your challenge, skill balance. Practice mindfulness. Reflect on what you've accomplished. Reflection is so important. And he says here, now here's where the real things happen. Use flow to get in a creative and optimistic state of mind. Then use Pomodoro to execute better and more efficiently. A stack. As you get into the state of mind, then you begin to execute. This method is a great way to work in a structured way. It gives you direction, plus it boosts your focus. Pomodoro, for those asking, is a way of working, often 25 minutes of work followed by a 5-minute break. I didn't even know I was practicing that, but I do that myself. I have this little alarm clock that I set. Hey, Christina Howard, great day to you, great day to you. Glad you're here. Christina Howard, one of the most amazing humans in the entire world. Glad you're here, Christina Howard. And I do that very intentionally. I have a little alarm clock here. You can see here it's set to 30 minutes, and I often use it during the day. Boop, I just hit this little button. I didn't know it was called Pomodoro. Who knew? I don't know these fancy terms, but I did that just to say, you know what? Checking my email. Let me spend 30 minutes on that. Doing a blog post, 30 minutes on that. I thought that was a good thing to stop. Then I can do something else if needed to be done, or I can hit the alarm and do it again. Dana Austin says here, I love it, Dana. My workspace definitely needs help. I use Pomodoro with tasks and coaching my writers. Love it. And I didn't even know what it was called. Yeah, but our workplace, hey, everybody's workspace is different, right? No shade, no harm. Ding, 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 ding. Coming up again, what are we talking about next is something I got on zoneofgenius.com. Check us out at zoneofgenius.com. If you don't know the amazing Cody Sanchez, an amazing investor and speaker and more. And she talks about don't quit your day job, lessons from Cody Sanchez on building dreams the smart way. I worked full-time at the United Nations until I didn't. I was fired. But those of you who have day jobs and are building your side hustles, your dreams, and maybe you plan to keep your day job all the time and your business is just a side business. I don't mean just in a pejorative way, but I mean it's a side business and it will always be side. That's fine. But some of you maybe say, Ramon, I'm in my full-time 9-to-5 job working for someone else, and my desire is to leave one day. It's very scary. Make sure you have the mindset for it. Understand that things may not work out. So make sure the people who are counting on you for success, if you have a family or wife or husband or other people relying on you for that second income or that sole income, don't disappoint them and leave them jacked up and hanging. But here's what Cody Sanchez says. And if you're hearing the sound of my voice and you can tag Cody Sanchez, let her know Ramon Ray's talking about her. That'd be great. Cody Sanchez, C-O-D-I-E, Sanchez. Your day job is your biggest ally. Maybe your day job is your biggest investor for your side business. Number 2, your employer could be your first client. Number 3, don't slack on the job that funds your dream. Make sure you're committed to your day job. Don't slack on it. Don't give them 3rd string, 4th string, and don't do the work at hand. You're being paid to do it. So do a good job. Steady revenue buys you freedom. Have a consistent revenue. Let you test your business ideas without the added pressure. So you may not go full tilt 100% in your side gig, the dream job you really want, but you can test things and see what works before you jump. Validate your idea before leaving. Thanks for being here, Mary Evans. Everybody wants to leave their day job and have a full-time entrepreneur experience. Well, I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Let me tell you right now, it's not easy, Mary Evans. But as Cody Sanchez talks about, Dana Austin, thanks for tagging her there. It is definitely doable. Thank you, Pastor Jeff, for being here. Good day to you, Pastor Jeff. Glad you're here today. It's important, if you have a full-time job, to don't spit on that and think, hey, it's not for me. Maybe it is for you. Maybe it is for you. Cody Sanchez is one who's bought hundreds of companies and sells them. So she knows what she's talking about. And here's one here. Your boy, Ramon Ray. I had a full-time job at the United Nations, a solo household income until I got fired. I knew it was coming. They wanted me to stop working at the United Nations. They wanted me to work at the United Nations full-time and stop my side hustle. But I wouldn't stop, and I was let go. My contract was not renewed, but it was a vindictive employee there. I had permission to have my side hustle, as it were. I had permission, but then he got jealous of me and made a big stink about it, so they took the permission away. But I already had a taste of the good side of entrepreneurship. It was in my bones. It was in me, in my destiny. I love risk. I love taking a chance, betting on myself. I love it. And I was let go. That's right, Pastor Jeff. That's a good point. Hey, Kim Wyckoff, glad you're here. Good day to you. Thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon. And Pastor Jeff, you're exactly right. If it was easy, the reward would be less. You're right. Things that are easy, everybody does it. You get what I mean? Everybody does it. But as it gets higher and higher, everybody's not an NBA professional basketball player. 1, everybody doesn't have the talent for it. And then 2, everybody doesn't have the luck that gets there. And then 3, everybody does not have the drive to get there to the top of the game, or even just to be in the NBA at all. Shout out to my nephew who just became a New York City firefighter. You know what it takes to become a firefighter? It's not easy. And so the same way to be an entrepreneur, to pay yourself $150,000 per year, to pay yourself $150,000 a year, and then to make growth $300,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year. It's not easy. It's hard work. Much less to make $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a year in gross revenue and then pay yourself maybe a bit more. It's not easy. It's Pastor Jeff. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, but everybody's not doing it. My name is Ramon Ray. Guess what? This is the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. All we do is one thing and one thing alone. Help you live your best life or start to grow your business. Glad you're enjoying the show. If you are, I dare you to share it out. I dare you to take a screenshot, tag me, share it with somebody else, and let them know you're watching the Rundown with Ramon. With only is going to go bigger and bigger and better and better and better. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, we're talking about We just talked about Cody Evans talking about elevate your brand to luxury, exploring the 4 steps to becoming a luxury entrepreneur. Interesting concept here, the aspect of luxury entrepreneur. I'm not reading it yet, but my guess is there are different types of brands you can do, different types of customers you may want. You have the average basic brand, Wawa. Every American, 7-Eleven can go in there. You have Toyota Camrys. I love Toyota Camry, Honda CRV, middle class, regular Americans. But then you have those who want luxury. Part of it may be for the feeling on the sheets of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Yes, part of it could be for the service as you walk in. But part of it could be the feeling. They have the money, need to spend it somewhere else. You've already given to people, help people, and the IRS is going to take it. So there's experiences that you can spend a lot more money than the average of us can do. And I should pause on that. Some people think what I do is luxury. Flying in business class or first class, oftentimes being upgraded, not buying it, but being upgraded, or get an economy premium seat. To some people, that's luxury. But hey, I've been there, done that, and I've earned my way to spoil myself a bit. I no longer take Uber comfort cars, or whatever you call the Uber level that's below the, not the black car, but the one that's the little Premier. I find that oftentimes the regular Uber cars you hire are just janky, smelly, stinky, and dirty. And I said, this time of my life in this season, I ain't going to do that. So luxury entrepreneur, what does that mean? Interesting concept by Joya Huneka. Luxury entrepreneurs may not yet be for most. However, if you are already an entrepreneur with a sense of vision, creativity, and commitment to excellence, then elevating your brand to luxury might be your best strategy, especially if you desire to create high quality work as part of a high quality life. This might be the most important insight I've gained thus far in my 12-year entrepreneur journey, writes this author. A luxury entrepreneur. And I think what that means is this. The term luxury has become so commonplace. It has been emptied of meaning. Everyone understands it, but nobody can agree on exactly what it means as I read this, on its contours, its frontiers, on its members. Some would even argue that the word luxury ought to be disregarded. That said, I do think it's helpful to not only keep but uphold the word luxury. So what does it mean as I get through this? The author says, hey, I'm going to tell you what luxury means, and they haven't said it yet. Perhaps we proudly identify as luxury. More entrepreneurs will join us. Definition is finally here. Thank you, dear writer. Let's write better here. I love the quip attributed to Coco Chanel. Luxury is a necessity that begins where necessity ends. A material object or condition that exceeds the necessary, transcends the ordinary, raises self-esteem, and gilds public image. There you go. Come on, Dana Austin, it's true. So the question for you, Dana, the question for you, Jeff, the question for you, Mary, the question for you, Dr. Jeannie, the question for you, Christina Howard, is that somewhere you wish to go? For me, it's not. I don't think I'm selling in the luxury space, but some of you may have products or services and want a brand that exudes luxury, which means it's for a certain discerning audience type. And that's great for you. Everybody, you have just joined. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Going back, talking about something I said, Dana Austin, love what you put here. It's physical, it's mental, it's science, it's hard work becoming a firefighter. Going back to entrepreneurship is not for everyone, and everything is not for everyone. But the harder things are, the oftentimes the greater reward. Whether that reward may be money or that reward may be an emotional satisfaction. When I think of me selling smarthustle.com for several $100,000 some years ago, started that brand in 2015, got a loan from the bank for $50,000 and built that brand, sold it to a .com, another company. It wasn't easy to do. It was hard work, but I did it. Now I'm on track building zoneofgenius.com. I'll build that and sell that as well. Bought another domain in a very interesting space. I will build that in the coming months and sell that as well. Working on Celebrity CEO, which I will never sell, I don't think. That's an amazing brand to help you build your personal brand, launching soon. And you can see the evolution of that. It's live at celebritysceo.com. We're making some changes and things to it, though. So the question for you is, where do you want your business to go? And I think the overall question, as I was having breakfast with Seth Godin a few days ago, was asking, which customer do you want to pick? Which client do you want? Who do you want to be for you? That's the question you have. What is the market you want? Are you going lower tier where it's the cheaper seats? And that's fine, where you have to make a living by going on volume. Or are you going for premium? When I think of my speaking rate, $25,000 per speech, and it's more than a speech, it's an experience that I give on stage. I didn't get there overnight. I got there because the clients that I want have the brands that I want that go to where I want to be. Julie Riga, happy day to you. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy day to you indeed, Julie. Glad you're here. Love it. And Alexandria Nicole asked a very smart question as we get ready to wind down the rundown with Ramon. Alexandria says, are you selling your business through networking or a specific website? Actually, neither. I mean, there are websites you can do it. And I think one is called Flippa, I believe, Alexandria, to sell websites and domain names. But there's all kind of different markets to do that. But one of mine was sold just to a friend. He's a guy who I know buys and sells websites, an entrepreneur. Many of you know him. I just reached out to him, in fact, in 2020, and I sold smallbiztechnology.com through him. Wired me money, and it was all his. In the case of smarthustle.com, a .com who you all know and probably use many of their services, they approached me, said, Ramon, we want to buy your website. And I'm like, say less. Here's what I want. And they said, here's the money. And we were done. Hey, happy day to you, Dr. Martine. Glad you're here. Happy day to you. We'll wrap up today on something that Dana has said here. I'm going to share this. I have a Lux coaching offering, which is an upgrade from a premium coaching. It is for the more distinct client with limited time and discerning preferences. I love this. I love this. And I don't even know how to pronounce Luxe. I think it's Lux offering or Lux offering. I'm not sure. That's exactly right. Everybody listen. My name is Ramon Ray. We got a lot we didn't cover today, but it's time to wrap up today's show. We're going to talk about stress and being adaptable and having an open mind. I did want to touch on being an open mind because I promised I would do that today. So my thought to that today is, do you have to have an open mind? We'll end on that, Alexandria. I think having an open mind is important. Having a closed mind is not good. Having an open mind, and for me, having an open mind, let me be willing to listen. Let me be willing to receive. Let me be willing to hear another side. Let me be willing to hear an argument. This doesn't mean I'll agree with it, but by the fact that I have an open mind and listen to it, maybe I find out I'm wrong at the very least. But by the fact that I've heard about it, second of all, at least I can hear another perspective and understand them. And third, if it's something that's really, really wrong, that goes against my core values, that may be quote unquote what I would call sinful, that goes against my core, my ethos, that's not for me in any realm of it is, maybe I reject that idea, but at least I've heard it. Oh, Dana Austin, thank you so much. You made my day. Thank you so much. I was thinking about changing the timing that we put it on as well, but I think I may leave it right here. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate you being here. So should you be open-minded? Yes. Now, many people call me, hey, David Meltzer, glad you're here. So honored. Happy day to you. Wow, having David Meltzer here has made my day. Thank you, David Meltzer. Glad to see you. But I think having an open mind doesn't mean you have to agree with everybody. Some people may call me closed-minded. My kids have called me that. Maybe because of my views, my politics, whatever it may be. But I think I'm very open-minded, David Meltzer. I think I'm very open-minded, Dana Austin. I think I'm very open-minded, Alexandria Nicole. This doesn't mean I feel I have to agree with you. I do have some hard lines. I do have some hard rules. But this doesn't mean that I'm closed-minded. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This has been a brand new we got some big things coming up, some big deals in discussion right now to take the rundown with Ramon to new places. If you know of good platforms, by the way, that want to carry the rundown with Ramon, let me know. Ask yourself this question. Do you really, 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 really want to be in business? Be clear on what you really, really want to do in life and in business, and ask yourself, are you hungry enough to have the success that you want to have? What is your pricing like? Is it premium or is it cheap? We talked about that in the earlier part of the show, and your mindset is absolutely everything. Your mindset is everything. Understand it for sure, and ask yourself this: what do you do best? What does Christina Howard do best? Thank you, Christina. I appreciate you. What does Alexandria do best? What does David Meltzer do best? What does Karen do best? What does Dana? What does Dr. Martine? What does Asa Don Brown do best? What does Julie Ringa do best? And when you hone in on that and get paid to do it, woo, you're living a fantastic life. Everybody, it's been so good to serve you on this day today. My name is Ramon Ray. The show grows and grows and grows, and I serve others. And again, this will be part of our podcast as well. Those who are not watching it live will watch it afterwards. So with that, bon voyage. Arigato. Ay, adios. I don't know. What else? Take care. Be blessed. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for being here on The Rundown with Ramon.